Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and today is the 15th of July. We are looking at the SPY right now above the close of the prior day, but not above the high of the prior day, so it's still inside of the range. So I drew the box over the region that all the accumulation started. Everybody buying here, because they're not losing the support, and then the breakout keeps them buying up until the fade back into the 4-day low that we're sitting here at. So we're inside range, inside value, pullbacks likely to be buy zones, 550, let's see what this number actually is, 556-ish ought to be a nice clean area that buyers come in. This is a very nice tool. Take a look at this one. This is called the volume price trend. And really, I want to emphasize it because it does a great job of telling us where price action, of course, this is the TrendSpider platform. Son of a gun, come on in. There we go. If we take a look at it, we can see that there's still buying volume off of this line. And so pullbacks looking to be buy zones. Here's where it breaks. Watch this. It falls underneath the line. At the same time, it's losing this moving average. Old support becomes new resistance. We can see that from the line all the way over here that we can pull back. And then the rotation gives us this downside pressure. So it's a really nice tool. I like using it. I'm going to be using it for a couple of weeks so we can see how it runs. And there we go. What's the upside pressure event? We could get to 568. This Fibonacci is on a monthly formation of the largest wave, okay? Largest recent wave completed here to here and all the way up. This is the 1618. And so we'll see what goes on. For the Qs, same sort of thing, wave, last one. We've got a lot of lines here because the Qs can move very quickly. And I've got them marked up on a daily and weekly formation. So let's go to the day. Take a look at this. This is the recent accumulation. They bought the dip, brought it up, tried to test the highs, made higher lows, buying, dips here, and then rebuying right off of the point of control here. And so this is buy the dip formation. Here's the very interesting thing. The last time we had a dip, the volume price trend stayed green through the whole thing. Now we have a dip, the volume price trend is red. And so my suspicion is that the Qs, because of rotation, aren't going to hit a new high. When am I going to be wrong? After it hits a new high. But in the meantime, I'm looking for this 499.10 to 499.60 area to be a short, okay? Simply because the volume price trend indicator is telling me we might have some issues here. There might not be enough to push it over this volume pocket, right? And so we will watch for that. Now, if you get in here and you take the short and it begins to climb, really $500.20 might be a nice resistance zone for you. And if it comes back and gives you another higher low, it's going to move forward, right? Right now, we are making higher lows, and so it is still in the process of pressing to the north, running into sellers. We can see from Friday's action, we ran hard into sellers at the 499.62 area. All right, lastly, we'll look at the IWM in terms of the ETFs. Look at this. Everybody talking about this one. Let's go down here to our monthly formations. This is notice how different this wave action looks, right? Sitting right here off of this last wave, high to low. All right, double bottomed, which is a very interesting formation also. And then a push up into the 0.618. Now, a lot of people are long the calls in IWM. Here's my thing. If you're long the calls, you better be ready to get out because all of this is going to fuel potentially a press to the north, 230 or so, and then they're going to liquidate. just like they did off of the drop here, where old support becomes new resistance. Everybody's thinking, well, you know, we are moving to a regime where we have lower interest rates, and that's going to be great for the IWM. Yes, indeed, except they don't lower interest rates unless the market needs goosing, okay? So if you want to add another Fibonacci, you could also do this one, but the lines seem to be very much in queue with each other. Here's the big thing. There are a lot of buyers sitting here still, so you don't want to short this until it exhausts. And if you're long, you can stay long 212 to 220 to 226 to 230, maybe even 234. All right, so it's good, but not for holding a long time. All right, let's get to the ES futures. Most of us come here for this information anyway. This is the major wave, that I took right here. This one, now, why did I not choose the smaller wave? Well, I could have, easily. I could have gone here to here, and essentially, we have the same edges, right? The same formations. I believe this is an ABCD pattern, and so, you know, we're looking at formations that could press quite a bit higher. Notice, here was the congestion level for the month, and now we're breaking out. And that ought to give us the future upside pressure events for ourselves. So what are we looking at? If we frame this out and we take the high, then we can clone it, and we can see we're above the range already, right? So it is framing up. Whoops, I hate it when I do that. And it looks like it's about the 50% range at the value area high. Look, we're making higher lows, pullbacks or buy zones. Ideal pullback going to be into the maybe 56.30, 56.25, something like that, okay? And upward formations, 57.50 if we continue to move in that range. All right, let's take a look at the NQ. Remember, we are in a pullback, is a buy zone formation. Take a look at this volume by price. It just clearly tells us what's going on with price action events. It's very, very good at telling us what's going on in the big picture. So here's the NQ. I've got a big range from, if we take a look at the manual, you can see all of this volume building right here. I have it on the lowest low for the one we normally look at, but that's why I drew this box, because a ton of accumulation here, and now we're pushing to the top. My thought is that the Qs are in a topping formation. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Am I looking at something that tells me I need to sell right now? No, because I have higher lows, and my volume by trend and price is still up. And so pullbacks or buy zones, where's the spot that makes us say, hold the phone, maybe something's not doing well here? It's going to be loss of that 20,420 area, all right? And at that point, I think it goes back to 19,224, but there's something amiss right there. If we take a look at the RTY, everybody's talking about the RTY having this big breakout event. Let me make sure. I don't even know if I drew Fibonacci here. Did I? Yep, I sure did. Here it is. That's the big one. Look, movement to the upside. It's going to press forward, right? Going to move into 2280 potentially, maybe even 2350, but that is going to be exit liquidity. It absolutely is. So it's going to be a good run, and then you're going to need to get out. Just simple as it is. All right, let's go to oil. Noisy on the month. I must have drawn a weekly Fibonacci here, but let's do a monthly one. Last primary wave. Oh no, I did not. I did draw this because this was the one where we had negative 40, right? This is from a couple of years back during COVID. And so now we can see clearly from a monthly perspective, we're in heavy compression, absolutely heavy compression. And we're going to break. But when? We have no idea. The volume by trend is sideways, absolutely sideways. So let's go to the daily. We're going to see that here is the value area, right? The whole value area from this daily chart is all the way from 78 to 84. I think 85 is the top of the range here, but I could be very wrong, right? And if I delete this Fibonacci and I draw a new one, just on the daily, the last daily wave from this high to this low, it comes right into this area that's about 85. And I know all the CTAs were here as well, the commodity technical advisors that trade trend. And take a look at what's happening here, right? It's lollygagging around. Is it making higher highs? No. Is it making lower lows? No. So what's it doing? It's consolidating in this area where you buy at 80 and you sell at 84. All right. Gold is in the middle of a roll, so we have to go to the contract here. What are we seeing? Oh, for goodness sakes, I've got to lock these. Excuse me. I'm going to remove that. All right, here is the newest consolidation space. I think the gold stalls out at 24.50. It is clearly topping, right? It could be in a very wide range until we figure out what's going on, okay? So are we making higher lows? Yes. Is the momentum green? Yes. So does that mean we short? No. We come up here and we wait for an exhaustion that collapses, and then we go. My thought is the failed retest of 24.30. You might go, but Henry, that's 20 points off the high. Yeah, but if you're going to catch a falling knife or, you know, catching a bullet train, you're going to get in trouble up here. If you just simply go, oh, I'm going to short it. You could, but you'd have to be watching it like a hawk. All right, so that's it for me. A little bit long, but I wanted to bring the RTY in there because I think that there's some trouble. All right, take care. I'll see you in the streams.